Hey everybody, now I'm going to show you a fully analysis of the third and fourth episodes of the Skibidi Toilet Multiverse. Today you will find out what events happens between these episodes but weren't shown in the series. What abilities does Clockman Titan have? And what hidden moments you might didn't notice. Watch this video to the end, and I will show you all the secrets and Easter eggs. Get your tea and snacks ready. It's going to be very interesting. Let's go. As we remember, the second episode ended with Skibidi finding the Clockman's base. The cameraman looked up and saw someone there. At the beginning of the third episode, we see this character at the camera's reflection, and this is Clockman Titan. We can tell this by the clocks on his shoulders. At first, it seems like this Titan rewound time back to the events of the first episode, but that's not the case. I speculate that Titan didn't rewind time. We're simply shown where Titan was before coming to help in the second episode. So the battle in the third episode takes place in the same city where the Clockman fought Skibidi in the first episode. This POV cameraman from the third episode was on this roof. It turns out that the agents cleaned up London and they couldn't finish the job and flew away on their helicopter. Titan Clockman started clearing this city after them. Right after Clockman defeated this Skibidi scientist toy from Walmart, he came to help protect the base. This is exactly what we see at the beginning of the third episode. Starting from the fourth episode, Dom Studios stopped overwhelming our minds with time rewinds. Let's continue. Down below, we see Skibidi attacking TV Woman and her boys. Looks like this guy's scared of Skibidi as hell. And it's no surprising, we know how TV men can leave other agents in troubles. When the Skibidi hybrid is about to attack the POV, Clockman Titan comes to help. He saves him using his time shuriken. I assume that this guy can control it with his mind. His shurikens can hover in the air and fly in different directions. Also, this Titan apparently can stop the time, just like that big Clockman. After the metal guy helps the cameraman, he starts throwing time balls to the toilets. He first shoots down and we don't see this Skibidi, but he's definitely there. After that, Titan shoots at the flying toilet with some flat roof and a rocket launcher. But he doesn't have a jetpack or anything like that, and I don't have ideas how he can fly. Now let's take a look at Titan's cannon. Before the firing, there are some particles around the gun. I think Titan's weapon accumulates time energy before firing and turning it into a sphere. After the shot, this sphere freezes its target, and time of freezing depends on how long the weapon has been charged. Look at how it turns red. I think that if he charges it for too long, it might just cause a time boom. When a time slug lands in this toilet, he freezes. And it seems like this guy could stay here for a long time. But Titan starts some kind of magic and takes control of the big Skibidi. At this moment, 2 UFO toilets appear. Apparently, they came to help. And oh my god, guys, you have no idea what happens next. The big hypnotized Skibidi starts sawing these guys. Look at this dude! He just turns to controlled toilet and he's like, "Why are you bullying us?" But the big Skibidi doesn't care about anything in this world, and the buzzsaw goes like zzzz. After that, something explodes behind Titan, and look at him, he didn't even flinch. The POV turns, and we see a flying Skibidi scientist. Bro really glued an airplane to his toilet. What the heck? Why couldn't he just make a jetpack? The big guy is getting ready to kick the scientist's butt, and the episode ends at this moment. The fourth episode begins in the same city, but in a little different location. The POV cameraman in the third episode was on this roof. At first glance, it seems like a continuation of the third episode, but it's not. Here you can see that it's a different Skibidi scientist. This means that some events happens between the third and fourth episodes that weren't shown to us. First, Clockman defeated this Skibidi robot, and right after that, Titan flew to help the agents, and together, they managed to protect the base. Then, Titan, along with these guys and the POV, arrives at the same place. When the Skibidi scientist comes out, we see him explode. But that was clearly not a Clockman shot. As we've seen, his weapon doesn't blows up enemies. It's interesting what it was. I think it was some crazy type of teleportation, or I don't know. After that, the scientist seems to shut down, though maybe it was some kind of weapon. The camera turns to Clockman, and we see Titan and Skibidi with saws from the previous episode lying next to him. The metal guy was about to grab Skibidi's baldy head when G-Man arrives. He appears for the first time in this multiverse and doesn't seem powerful at all. Titan starts charging his cannon, and look at that face filled with horror and despair. With one shot, Clockman deactivates his jetpack and lands him on the roof. After grabbing G-Man's head, he starts a time therapy, and I think he wanted to do the same thing as we saw in the previous episode. Skibidi is clearly not happy about this. At this moment, a spark starts to come out of Titan and it flies directly at G-Man. I guess that if it had reached him, Clockman could have taken control of this toilet. But the Skibidi scientist, finally tired of resting, decides to help his fellow. At this moment, a time shuriken starts flying towards the Skibidi scientist, and look how slowly this thing flying. But this scientist doesn't even attempt to move. Is he really so old and he can't react to this? It's no wondering that after each hit, he's sleeping for 1,000 years. The UFO toilet helps the granny deal with this incredible danger. But Titan decides it's time for him to retire and sends him to the ground with a clean hook. After that, the big Clockman decides that he no longer needs G-Man and throws him in the same way. I suppose it was the final blow for this Skibidi because we won't see him anymore. After this victory, Titan want to continue and looks for someone else to fight. Clockman Titan see new squad of chops and prepare for the next fight with them. There's 4 helicopters, a Titan cameraman, and 2 weird flying toilets. They look like the Skibidi scientist from last episode, but I can't tell exactly who it is. They have a completely black toilet and a black head. Maybe they're just toilets in masks, I don't know. At this moment, you can notice Titan's core begins sparking. Titan clearly needs a rest, and the main Clockman sees it and tells him to stop. Titan nods and raises his fist, and after that the scientist rises again and offers his face for a smacky slap. He is like, "Bro, I enjoyed that so much. Could you do it again?" And Titan is like, "No problem, here we go." Next, Clockman gives several time balls to these Skibidi and begins to prepare his superpower. Yellow lightning starts coming out of Titan, and within a second he disappears, and the toilets he hit fall down. What do you guys think it was? At first glance, it seems like he teleported, but I don't think so. I assume that this big buddy can not only slow down and stop time, but also speed it up, at least for himself. He accelerated so quickly that we didn't even see how he first destroyed all those helicopters and then just ran away. But while the POV cameraman was watching Titan in action, these chickens just got into their damn helicopter and flew away. They didn't even think about taking him with them. We know TV men can teleport, but why couldn't have done it along with the POV? They just decided to leave him for Skibidi's lunch. I understand that in this universe, cameramen are also robots, just like Clockman. In any case, why did they just leave their friends among the enemies? Maybe he was pain in the butt for them all, and they just wanted to get rid of him. So it finally happened. Poor POV raises his hands to the leaving helicopter, but no one cares about him. Skibidi toilets started to surround cameraman. Even the little magnetic boy came to the party. Skibidi scientist rises once again from a smacky punch, and make sure you've subscribed to the channel to not miss new videos. And that was me. ISO Toilet, see ya!